What's going on, guys? It's Rock here. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about some solo queue and the new changes with being the tank reworks that are happening in Season 7 League of Legends. So far in solo queue on my main account, the Mighty Rock, I just got promoted to Diamond 2 very recently, playing all those games either duo queue with my friend Mason or Zeliana, the Lux One Trick Pony, or playing solo by myself. Not how I feel about flex queue is it's not entirely important what your rank is, since it's very similar to the Season 5 dynamic queue, which really didn't infringe on your actual ability to play. Considering I'm at Diamond 2 and flex queue, I'm still playing with either gold or platinum players in my games. It's kind of not a true reflection of the skill or how well I'm playing this season. So in the more legit role in the solo queue, I've hit in Diamond 4 right now. I was in my Diamond 3 promos and I just kept playing poorly and I fell all the way through Diamond 4, demoted to Diamond 5. Then once I got demoted to Diamond 5, I decided I really needed to fix my gameplay, so I started playing jungle primarily. Been trying to keep it really consistent with the Zac and the Kha'Zix jungle. Mainly Zac, like every game on my main account. In the gameplay right now, you're seeing some Kha'Zix gameplay on my Smurf. And I've been playing only Kha'Zix on my Smurf, trying to get that account up to Diamond. It's in Plat 2 at the moment. This game you're watching is one of the promotional games into Plat 2. It's just kind of funny to see how trash some of the enemies can be. Alright, yeah. Yeah, okay. And whenever I don't get jungle, if I'm in the bot lane, I'm completely up to the fish. You know, I don't play AD or support very well. But in the mid and top lane, I feel pretty comfortable playing Rumble. So my Season 7 strategy so far has just been jungle and Rumble. Doing so well so far, but after I play a couple more games, I'll really get the gist of how well it's working. I don't feel like I'm hard stuck anywhere, because I feel like when I try hard, I'm still climbing pretty well and playing pretty consistently. So I'll just have to see how that goes. Alright, so now on to the new changes this patch. The tank reworks, Sejuani, Maokai, and Zac. First off, I'm going to talk about Zac, because I actually play Zac quite a bit in solo queue, as I said just a second ago. I'm a big fan of him. What they changed with his rework is they changed his Q and his R. His Q now has a nice little, it's a pretty long skill shot, kind of like a tether, and you throw it out, and then you auto attack something, and then it claps them together, which is such a cool new dynamic for Zac. Being his old Q was just a really short, slow, like something you would do to weave your auto attacks and drop more blobs to pick up. Whereas this new one, you can actually make some pretty cool plays with, because you could E onto someone, or E onto one or two people, Q1, auto attack the other, and clap them together. That's a really cool thing to do. Either you can do it with minions with the solo person, or if you jump into the back line, you know, Q the carry, Q the support, clap them together. I think that's really cool. His ultimate, I don't see it being very good for solo queue so far, because it does give you crowd control immunity, which is good for getting yourself out of a sticky situation, but otherwise it's just kind of a very heavy coordination ultimate, so I don't see it being that useful in solo queue. You can double tap it though to get an instant courage with the Colossus proc, so if you're ever in a pickle, you could use it like you would the old Zac ultimate, is you just use it and run away, or you jump in a fight and then use it to cause a lot of disarray. So I'm really liking how Zac's kit actually makes a bit of sense now, because you jump in the back line, you smack their carries around, or you jump in and then you take their carry out while they're being crowd controlled. So pretty cool. I haven't got the chance to play him yet, but I was messing around with him in sandbox mode, and I feel like he's pretty good. I do have a couple friends who play Zac pretty religiously in the mid to low diamond, and they're not too happy about it, but people really aren't about change. But I personally think it's pretty exciting. Alright, on to the next jungler that's been changed. See, these are all tank reworks, but all three of these champions primarily play jungle. Now, at least. You know, Maokai being a very meta top laner, I'd argue right now he's a pretty meta jungler. But I'll talk about Maokai in a second. Right now I'm going to talk about Sejuani. I haven't really seen a lot of Sejuani gameplay in solo queue, just because she's either banned or she's farming. I haven't seen a Sejuani be very impactful. Her ultimate, huge zoning, her whip thing that you can use to like CC people and stuff, that's kind of cool. Her Q's still the same. She still has that really nice CC engage and really good damage from health stacking, so I think her change maybe good and competitive, not as much for solo queue because Sejuani's just not that good in solo queue. Unless the AP ones, the AP one-trick pony Sejuanis, I could see those being good. But with these, with this new work being a tank engage, I would rather play something like Rek'Sai or Gragas. Even though Rek'Sai isn't even that meta right now, I think Gragas is just the dominant of all the tanks. Warwick also being a good alternative. But yep, don't know too much about Sejuani. Not a lot to say about her personally. I have a lot to say about Zac. And then Maokai is the one I don't really play, but I've seen him quite a bit. So his new saplings do this nice little trickle down effect where if you run into him and you got multiple people next to you, it knocks a bunch of people down. So if you're doing all these jungle camps with a lot of creeps like the Raptor camp or the Krug camp, it's actually pretty efficient to have all your... it's really efficient if you're doing a Raptor camp level 1, which is already a buff to jungle Maokai. Because top Maokai, it's still really good. He still gets a ton of sustain from his auto attack passive. Whenever there's enough spell cast, he gets a big ol' heal. He still has a targetable root. He still has a Q that's good for knocking people off him or knocking CCing carries. He doesn't have that big damage reducing ult though. And that's kind of the thing that makes Maokai so good in solo queue and in competitive. He's just so hard to kill. Does so much damage with cooldown. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot in the jungle. People taking Bond of Stone or Courage of the Colossus and just running people down, or planting a lot of saplings and brushes and letting them face check. I could see a Bruiser AP Maokai kinda be okay, but so far I've only seen tank Maokais. His base damage is pretty good, but he's nowhere near good as the old Maokai. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been playing some solo queue, playing some RuneScape, checking out these new tank junglers, seeing what's up. I still think Kha'Zix is really good this patch. I'm going to keep using him to gain Eula and play my solo queue games as far as junglers go. Might stay away from Zac for a while. I don't own him on my Smurf account, so that's one reason I haven't played the new rework yet, because I just haven't played a solo queue on my main account after hitting Diamond 4 again. So I'm just going to let my account sit there for a little bit while I rank up the Smurf. And keep playing some Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is pretty well against these tanks. W level 11 is kind of the meta thing right now. That big ol' AoE slow and the isolation damage makes him really good against these tanks that have a hard time winding up or getting efficient early, because Maokai and Sejuani, they're not really efficient until they have a bit of cut-up items. Zac, you just need CDR and you can be a really strong ganking force with him. But yeah, that's what I think about some of the new tank reworks in the jungle, the Season 7 jungle. And I'm feeling pretty good about my solo queue journey so far. I just gotta grind out a couple more games, Hitting my goal would be a solo queue Diamond 2. But for now, I'm cool with playing. I'm cool with watching. Cool with seeing the new champions and what else the mid-season will have to offer us. But that's what I think about that. Tell me what you think about it. I would love to see a comment from someone who's not memeing me. Someone who's not throwing me the memes. But yeah, tell me what you think about the new tank reworks. Tell me what you like to play in solo queue. Are you a jungler who also can't lane? But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. For now, it's been Rock. Until next time.